And we've got a fumble. And
Justice recovers.
Justice gets his own fumble.
Well, that was the thing that we dreaded, being down there that close and not being able to get it in, and especially to lose a fumble.
Gentlemen, we're 4 yards away from pay dirt. And the way we've been running over them, we ought to be able to run up in there 2 times and score.
If we can't,
we've done it all night. You know, I know yardage gets a little tougher down in there, but the way we've been blocking, we ought to do it. Robbie Rowe, he's down there close to about the 1, maybe. See where they spotted. It's on about the, well, maybe even inside the 1 yard line, Larry.
Yes.
So less than 1 yard to go for a touchdown. So we'll have to say the 1 yard line. And I'm going to get my paper out here, ready to put the time down and the score, so we'll have it.
All right, you get that down, ready to go, so we can get ahead of this game.
There it is. Robbie Rowe in for the score.
Robbie Rowe scores and makes the score 13-6 with 7 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the first half. So Pikeville now begins to do exactly as everyone thought they were going to do in totally dominating the game. So they're dominating in every area, and it looks like that Pikeville now will go for 2.
Well, if they can figure out what play they want to run, Jeff Rowe taking the play in.
I believe I just turn around and hand it to Domo or to Rowe, either one, and watch them go.
Okay, it's going to be a slot to the left, Larry. Split backs. Justice back to pass. Throws and overthrown, incomplete.
No one within 20 feet of Robbie Rowe. We'll be back in just a minute.
Hilton Holmes of Iville, Kentucky wants to wish the Pikeville Panthers the best of luck during the 1980 season. Morris Hilton and all the fine folks at Hilton Holmes say you can always depend on 2 winners, the Pikeville Panthers and Hilton Holmes. And Hilton Holmes wants to remind you that just like the Panthers football team must prepare for the fall and winter, so should the mobile homeowner. And you can get ready for your season by contacting the service department at Hilton Homes. Their service department has a complete line of mobile home supplies like roof coating, all sizes of insulated doors and windows, water heaters, and a complete line of utility hookups. Their service department also does all types of underfitting and gutter work. You don't have to live at the White House to have a home that is worth talking about, and you don't have to have a president's income to own a home that fulfills your needs. See Hilton Homes, located at Iville, Kentucky.
Okay, Pikeville ready to kick off to the Phelps Hornets, and the score is only 13-6, but it has been all Pikeville.
Okay, John, come on, get that old leg of yours warmed up, and let's pop one down there about the goal line.
Okay, there's the whistle. Friend kicks it, and it's still short. Hits, and the Phelps player picks it up on about the 35-yard line. He's nailed. He gets to, or it was the 25, gets up to about the 33, where Phelps will have it 1st and 10 at 7:24 to go in the first half of play. So Pikeville with 11 first downs, Phelps with 2. Then all Pikeville, but the score is only 13-6. I formation for Phelps. Movement, and that's going to be 5 yards on the Hornets. And that's definitely putting passing situation.
I think they're looking towards Pikeville, though. They are...
that back, that back can go in motion like that, as long as he's going clearly backwards before the snap. They may have offsetting penalties here. Let's see.
Yep, offsides Pikeville.
That's right, boys. That back, Larry, cannot draw that lineman into the neutral zone.
So this is a good situation here for Phelps 1st and 5. A passing team, that's the way you'd like to have it.
Well, that's exactly right. But they sure pulled us in on that one.
Okay, 7:08 to go. First half of play, and made a fumble. And now they lose a few yards. You know, the center and the quarterback, I guess you guys noticed they got together and talked a little bit before the snap. The center was unsure of what they were doing. I guess he didn't know which way to go block on that one, and he was trying to find out the last second, still had his mind on other things and made a bad snap.
Well, with a new quarterback, too, I'm sure they've got their problems as well.
Okay, it's on the 35-yard line is where the nose of football is. 8 yards to go, second down. Back to pass, and he is nailed. Woo, who hit him?
32.
Williamson.
That's right, Andy Williamson, another sophomore. Goes through there and gets into this sophomore quarterback of Phelps. And this is the part of the game that I predicted would be totally all Pikeville. I could not see how possibly that Phelps could stay with Pikeville. Pikeville is too powerful.
Okay, third down and 19 to go, and
They got a
They
pass.
had it 1st and 5.
at 1st and 5, they've got it 3rd and 19. Gee whiz. Okay, there's the snap. Back to pass. He throws, and man catches it, but he gets nailed right after the catch, and he'll pick up about 9 yards back to the original line of scrimmage, bringing up a 4th down and 10 for Phelps.
You know, the amazing thing is this quarterback goes back and he throws sidearm. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, he's not a pretty thrower by any means, but
No.
he is 5 out of 6 so far.
Well, that gets the job done. I'm not going to complain about that.
Okay, here's the punt.
And it's a
Bad
high one.
snap, but he gets it off. And it's a short kick, and get away from it. It goes, well, I tell you what, if they don't get the best bounces I've ever seen in my life in football,
They
these
sure
punts.
do. But
That's amazing.
I saw a freshman over there with his nose in a place that he had no business to be. That ball could have kicked up into his feet,
Yeah.
and then it would have been all Phelps again. That's all we
exactly
would have
right.
needed.
Get away from it. Once you let that thing hit, best thing to do is run.
Get away from it.
Or go
Especially
find
if you-
somebody to hit before the whistle blows.
That's exactly right.
I've seen that happen quite a lot. A lot of people sitting rolling around, watch the ball roll around the road in and get creamed. Okay, it's Pikeville with the football. Richard Justice.
Pasadomo up the middle again for about 4 yards.
So Pasadomo running hard still. We're down at 5:25 to go in the first half. Andy Williamson checking in for Pikeville. Robbie Rowe will be coming out. Boy, I tell you what, it's been amazing how Pikeville has absolutely dominated this offense. And just 13 to 6 is the score. I formation, Justice on the option. And
I got to believe there was a mix-up that
Yeah,
time.
Got to be.
so.
They had a tackle pulling there. But
Richard Justice injured.
Pat McNamee was pulling off to his right. Richard Justice went to his left. And there had to be some sort of a problem.
And Justice not feeling well at the moment at all. Players trying to give him some encouragement. Third down and about
9
8
yards.
Pikeville lost a couple of yards on that. Wide receivers, both sides of the field. Justice on the draw play. That's Pasadomo.
He's out there.
His feet. He's
He
in the
can
first
go.
territory.
He can go.
Domo way down through there, and another big first down for Pikeville, and they're threatening to score again.
On the 10-yard line, Pasadomo goes all the way down, and there are no flags. It is a legitimate play, and away we go, and it looks like that Pikeville is not going to be held tonight.
Okay, that's 12 first downs for Pikeville. Phelps with 2, and those 2 coming on their very first series of plays. So maybe it was the best thing in the world for Phelps to open up the way they did. Kind of fired this Pikeville team up.
Now, Pikeville won the toss, Larry, but decided to kick.
Okay, here we go. Trying to get outside. It's Robbie Rowe. He may go all the way. He's down.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Robbie Rowe from about 14 yards
Robbie
out.
Rowe gets his second six-pointer for the night with exactly 4 minutes to go in the first half. Robbie Rowe running like crazy, following Pasadomo, and I don't know how many yards Domo has, but he's subject to rack up 200 tonight if they keep letting him run. Of course, one thing we need to remember, we've got a man over on the sidelines on the crutches who is there as a result of well, there's the play, and then it is being stopped by Phelps.
So 19 for Pikeville, 6 for Phelps.
Rochelle and Son Coal Company, a name that stands out in the coal industry. Rochelle and Son Coal Company.
No football game. Pikeville has dominated here in the first half of play.
With the exception of them scoring, I mean, and before the game, I predicted a shutout.
May have woke him up, though, Larry.
As Pikeville had the ball 3 times and
And scored three times.
Okay, John Friend kicks it. Better kick this time. And Fannon's got the football for Phelps. And still on his feet. He's got some running room. And he's off to the races, and he finally gets caught.
And guess who gets him down? Robbie Rowe.
Robbie Rowe with the stop, but that's in Pikeville territory on the 46-yard line. And that puts some extra life back into a Phelps team that was trying to quit.
Well, they opened up the ball game with about this field position right here, Larry, on either a poor kick or an onside kick.
Okay.
Well, they have an opportunity here now to get themselves back into the ball game.
Bobby Mullins on the pitch. Halfback pass, I thought it was, but he decides to run with it.
Fumble, they got it.
He got creamed. I mean, nailed. And a flag over there in a fight now.
Phelps, number 20, the ball went to him. He picked it up, and they're going to call Pikeville with a late hit.
Well, if the ball was loose, and we had tempers flaring on the sidelines, the Phelps player is still going crazy. The coach is trying to drag him off the field there. He is really upset. He wants a little piece of action here. He may get his opportunity in a few moments. Well, it's against Pikeville, personal foul. And that'll be a 15-yarder, and that's another big break for Phelps, and that can sure get you back in a football game.
There's no question about that. I am still going to predict.
And that was a dead ball foul. The whistle had already blown.
Okay, that's the third first down for Phelps, and this one coming on a penalty. And we've got a whistle and a timeout. Pikeville with that. Time in for this. Okay, Pikeville getting the penalty, a 15-yarder. The ball would be down on the 30-yard line of Pikeville, so Phelps only 30 yards away from pay dirt. And, Larry, that could get them back in it.
Yes, that's right. If they were to score right here, get them back into the game and possibly even going for the 2 points, could make start making a ball game back out of this again.
I heard a shocker down the way there. Of course, people that are watching this, it's already over with, but Prestonsburg losing 13 to nothing to Hazard right now.
I can't believe
amazing. That really shocks me. Coach Howard out there talking to the official. He's a little upset over the call. Coach Howard now making his way back off the field. We're ready. The 30-yard line is where Phelps will have it, 1st and 10, and it's time for the defense to really get stingy now.
That's right. We need a fumble that we can recover.
Okay, Pikeville hitting hard there, the reason they fumbled. Back to pass it, and he is nailed. I tell you what, they absolutely went right through the Phelps line, Larry, like they weren't even there.
I'll tell you something.
Did you see, Larry, the quarterback bobble the ball as soon as he took the snap?
He sure did. He's not getting a good grip on the ball. The quarterback and the center are having their share of problems, but I'll tell you, this defensive line of Pikeville is also giving them a lot of problems.
Okay, 2nd and 16 for the Hornets. The ball back at the 36-yard line. What we got here, a double slot? What in the world? Now we've got a flag on Phelps this time. Procedure, Phelps.
Yes.
That'll be 5 more yards. So Phelps now moving backwards. Well, that gets it all the way back to the 41-yard line.
Just a little less than 3 minutes to go to, Chuck. They're going to have to get on some business. Of course, if they start connecting on this passing game again, it won't take long for them to score if they can ever get on the beam again.
Right, okay, here we go. Mullins takes the snap. He's back to pass it. The rush is on. They can't get to him. He throws it, and it's overthrown, and it'll be incomplete. The man was out there. Kelvin Mullins was there defending, but I believe the man was open that time.
This big number 68, he tackled Chad Helvey, number 22, was holding for everything he was worth. It's one of the most outstanding tackles I've seen in a number of days. I noticed Chad went over after the play and spoke to the referee about that.
Well, maybe he'll watch him next time. So
they've got to be passing, so let's see what he does this time.
3rd and 1,000. Not really, only 20. 3rd and 20, 22 maybe. Mullins, big rush again, back there, and they're on him. He throws it and almost picked off. It's complete, but I'll tell you what, they say incomplete.
Well, it would have been to our advantage if it had been complete. They would have lost 2 or 3 yards. That Robbie Rowe, I tell you, he's on offense and defense, kickoffs and kickoff returns, and he blocks punts. He is Mr. Superman.
Right, he's everywhere, Okay, it's going to be a 4th down, and will Phelps be punting? Pikeville brought on the punting team.
Yeah, they have to punt.
And Phelps is going to punt it away. There's a snap, and it's a bad one. And it's a fake, and they throw, and maybe knocked down, incomplete.
Outstanding play by a freshman, Chris McNamee. Outstanding play. And everyone comes off congratulating Chris because that was a very good play, and they did catch Pikeville napping.
Certainly did.
I would not have believed they were done it 2 minutes and 30 seconds ago. I'll tell you something. I'm going to say that you're going to see one more score here on the scoreboard before this half is over.
Could do it, but you know, that wouldn't have been good enough for a 1st down anyway on that. They were still short. Justice to throw. Now he runs it right up the middle, and he'll pick up about 3 or 4. So Justice dropped back to throw it to Kelvin Mullins, and Kelvin had double coverage out there. He was the only man that went out for a pass. Justice saw he was not open, and he went ahead and ran it. And it almost looked like a quarterback draw there, Larry.
Well, it did, but I believe he bobbled the ball. I think when he went to get the ball the first time, the ball slipped from his hand, and then it did look like a quarterback draw.
Okay, 2nd down, about 7. Justice takes it. We've got movement over there on Pikeville, and Justice is nailed for a loss. Saw one of the coaches over at Phelps getting on an official over there on the sideline. No call. Justice got nailed there. A good rush by the Phelps Hornets. And we're running the football well. Well, I'm not sure we need to throw it.
Here's a good place for another draw to Pasadomo. I believe it will catch them.
Phelps calls timeout as they're trying to stop the clock to get the hands on the football again. Back in a moment. Trying to do. They'll run the football in this case, I'm sure. They don't want to stop.
There's a fumble. And
there's still loose. Back in the end zone. And touchdown.
Touchdown.
Pick him up. Who is it?
Link Ritz scores.
Link Ritz, touchdown, Pikeville, and they have absolutely run over them.
I tell you, I could feel it in my bones that Pikeville had to score. They did shake me up there a little bit when they let Phelps hold them. But that ball was snapped. And I tell you again, Lonnie, that quarterback is having a problem receiving the snap from the center. He bobbled it again, and he bobbled it on every play.
I tell you what his problem may be, Larry. Problem may be the people he's trading coming back there on him.
That's right. He's a young boy. He's just a sophomore. Well, Pikeville, instead of kicking, they're going to go for 2, so you go ahead and call it, Chuck.
Okay, here we go. Justice to pass it. So, same play they didn't get a moment ago, but this time it is good.
That makes the score 27-6 as the ball goes out to Kevin Mullins. 15 seconds in the first half.
Ain't no getting around. The best bet to get is the best darn Pikeville.
And that's a little bit better kick this time. Down about the 15-yard line, the Phelps player, and bingo, he's nailed. Gets it out to about the 30-yard line where Phelps will have it 1st and 10 with only 8 seconds to go here in the first half. That has been a complete devastation.
And Phelps won't get a playoff here. They're going to be satisfied here just to get on the inside of the locker room and sit down.
That's exactly right, because they
don't want no more.
They don't want no more this half. Pikeville 27, Phelps 6.
Pikeville National Marching Panther Band under the direction of Mr. Lee Budd is Becky Sloan, field commander. the junior high team and coaches and congratulate them on their accomplishment. We look forward to following them into high school and watching them perform as varsity Panthers. Also, a special congratulations to Coach Dickie Van Hoos on his first undefeated season as head coach of the Young Panthers. Although Dickie has an 825 winning percentage, the undefeated season has escaped him until this year. A special congratulations to Coach Van Hoos. At this time, I would like to recognize the players of the junior high team. Number 4, Greg Hackney. Number 5, Kevin Arnold. Number 10, Jason Johnson. Number 15, Jim Bethany. Number 18, Scott Baker. Number 20, John Blackford. Number 21, Johnny Brown. Number 22, Jason Howard. Number 24, Johnny Hale. Number 30, Jimmy Stewart. Number 34, Brian Liberty. Number 35, David Scott. Number 36, Chris Keating. Number 41, James Thornberry. Number 44, Jamie Hamilton. Number 45, David Honaker. Number 52, Mickey Webster. Number 54, John Pinson. Number 55, Virgil Ray. Number 60, Donald Bentley. Number 61, Jim Bruce. Number 62, Hayes Golden. Number 63, Tim Honaker. Number 64, Sean Seagram. Number 67, Shane Arnold. Number 70, Scott Hackner. Number 71, Michael Hale. Number 73, Aaron Baldwin. Number 75, Cody Blackburn. Number 81, Parker Bunton. Number 85, Michael Powell. Number 86, Jonathan Hitler. Number 87, Mike McCoy. And number 88, Byron McCoy.
Okay, they're announcing there the wonderful season the Pikeville Junior High had this year, 10-0 on their season, and it was really fantastic. Some great wins, a great job, and our congratulations to the junior high football team and Coach Dickie Van Hoos. The scoring in the first half went this way. In the first quarter, Phelps got the football when Pikeville kicked off to him, and they marched right down the field in 5 plays and scored on a 17-yard screen pass from Bobby Mullins to Joey Guzman, making it 6-0 in favor of Phelps. But Pikeville, as soon as they got the football back, they marched it right down the field on the ground and finally scored on a 2-yard run by Danny Pasadomo, making it 6-6. The extra point was a kick by John Friend straight through the uprights, making it 7-6. Then Pikeville, the second quarter, came right back at 7:31. 1-yard run by Robbie Rowe, making it 13-6. The extra point failed. Then at 4 minutes exactly to go in the half, a 14-yard run by Robbie Rowe. The extra point was a run that failed, leaving it at 19-6. And then with only 15 seconds to go in the half, Link Ritz recovered a fumble in the end zone, making it 25-6. And then I had a beverage. And then the extra point, Justice passing to Mullins, making it halftime 27-6. And it has been all Pikeville. Thanks very much, Larry. Larry went and got us something to drink, and boy, we needed that. Pikeville passing department, I think they're 3 out of 4. Phelps 5 of 10. Pikeville with 13 first downs. Phelps with 3, and one of those coming on a penalty. And the only 2 first downs, the other 2 first downs for Phelps was on their very first series of plays. So, Larry, it has been all Pikeville.
All Pikeville. It sure has been. That's the way we had predicted it. That's the way we thought. The only thing surprises us at all is that Phelps has scored 1 time.
You know, one thing we talked about before the game was we were all wondering, has Phelps played a tough enough schedule? Well, that's been answered. Oh, a good kick. Good kicker. And Kelvin Mullins touches it, and he better get it. And now he does. Up the center of the field comes Mullins. Now the sidelines. Still on his feet. Kelvin Mullins almost breaks it. So Kelvin Mullins having trouble handling the kicked ball, but once he got his hands on it, he made a good run.
That's the 27-yard line there. Pikeville starts leading 27-6. So let's see what happens in the second half. See if Phelps coaches were able to tell them anything.
Okay, Pikeville with the football. They have dominated thus far. I formation for the Panthers. Justice right up the middle. Pass to Domo, the ball carrier, and he'll have about 7 or 8 as he runs hard.
I'd let him score one time, and then let's get him out of there. Let's go with the JV team.
Picked up right where he left off in the second quarter.
That's right. He got 80 yards. How much yards do you have the first half there, Chuck?
I wish I knew. They may have that. I don't know if Jeff Meek may have it.
122 yards on 8 carries.
Okay, that's compliments of Jeff Meek of WPKE Radio in Pikeville. Robbie Rowe with 46 and Jeff Rowe with 20, so Pikeville did accumulate some yardage in the first half.
Did Phelps come up with any yards rushing? They did go backwards there for so much there at the second half. They had some passing there in the beginning, but their rushing yardage could not have been much.
Okay, Pikeville with the football. 1st and 10. They got their 14th first down of the evening. High formation. Justice, that's to Charlie Brown on the counter, and they cream him. So Charlie Brown gets nothing on the carry.
Charlie Brown, the littlest man on the field.
2nd down and 10 yards to go as no gain on the play. Pikeville, power eye. Justice and fumble, and we'll wait and see. Justice may have got it back. So that's the 2nd or 3rd time we've had troubles with that too. We mentioned Phelps having trouble with the snaps, and it's tough when you're a new quarterback.
Well, it was the wrong time. We're now looking at 3rd and 10 exactly, and this was a place where we needed to take the ball and score and just sew this one completely up.
Okay, wide receiver to the right. Pikeville with split backs. Justice back to throw it. He's got his man, and he drops it. So Jeff Rowe had his hands on it, and he bobbled it a little bit, could not hang on to it, so Pikeville will have to punt it away to the Phelps Hornets.
This is the only 2nd time Pikeville has had to punt tonight.
The last time Joey Branham punted, he had a good punt.
Okay, Joey waiting. There's a snap, and there's the kick. Good
Beautiful kick.
Beautiful kick. Real high. Taken by Phelps Hornet, and he's not going to get much. Uh-oh, maybe a late hit here.
Yes, no question about it. Mahan come in there with his head and cost us 15 yards.
Well, I don't believe it threw anything.
No flags.
I called that a little bit too quick, I believe.
No.
The Phelps player is still down. He's all right, I think.
Yes, there's a flag on the play.
Now, I thought there had to be.
Just had to be. I believe if he had not have gotten so much down with his head, we might have gotten by without him calling that. But in his desire to do good, he was just a little over anxious. We'll forgive him for it.
5, 10, 15, it's an 18-yard penalty. I like them.
Were these?
It's from the point of the foul, not.
Well, he was back there right on that stripe where he hit him. So I don't know. Strange formation for Phelps, and it didn't work very well.
Big John Friend.
John Friend there, and Robbie Rowe was right back there on the quarterback almost when he handed it off.
Robbie anticipated that count, and he was at the line of scrimmage when the ball was snapped.
You know, the thing that's been amazing to me is the play of the Pikeville line, both offensive and defensive. They have absolutely run over this Phelps team. The line has. It's devastating. Okay, regular backfield for Phelps. Bobby Mullins, the quarterback. Hands off, nothing there. Oh, they're not going to run against this Pikeville team, I don't believe. Pickup of about a half a yard.
Robbie Rowe coming in with that tackle there again. Took his feet completely out from under him.
3rd and 9.5. Clock running at 8:27. 3rd quarter. Pikeville 27, Phelps 6. And Pikeville will be the district champions. They'll play next week at home against the winner of Pikeville and Harlan. Mullins back to throw. Big rush on. There's a screen, and ooh! Williamson nailed the Phelps player. My goodness, what a lick. That's football at its finest right there.
Danny Coleman, number 33, a junior, comes in there and pounds it good, reads that play perfectly.
Guzman still, he's slow getting up, and I can understand that. I would have hate to have taken that lick. Ooh. And that makes you think about, what am I doing here?
It got to be an easier way of making a living than
Ooh, that hurt.
is saying.
He won't want him to run that one again. There's a snap, and it's a little bit high, but he gets it off. Good kick. Justice gets away from it, and throws dead on about the 25-yard line, where Pikeville will have it 1st and 10. And ever since the very first series of plays for Phelps, they have done nothing, Larry.
Well, I tell you, they've had a whole lot of help doing nothing, if you can understand what I'm trying to say. Pikeville has really toughened up in that defense. The line has looked good. Those backs have run hard. It's been a good game all the way through.
Well, I'd sure like to know what's going on in that Harlan and Pineville game. Okay, Pikeville split back. Justice takes it. We're a little mixed up there. I believe that was Pasadomo, the ball carrier.
Pasadoma got the ball, but they were having problems with the exchange.
You know, even at that, they gained 2 yards, so 2nd and 8 for Pikeville. Ball moved out to about the 27-yard line. Pikeville needs one more score and get them other kids in there. Here we go. That's Pasadomo. Pretty good hole. He'll be about a yard shy of the 1st down. 3rd and about 1, a long one. Tell you, as well as they're blocking, there's no excuse for us not getting the yard.
We might as well go ahead and hang on to it.
Okay, I formation, Justice. That's Pasadomo, and he's got it. No problem.
Always good for 2.
That's right. He's out to about the 38-yard line. So that makes 15 first downs now for Pikeville on the evening. 3 for Phelps, and 1 of those on a penalty. Okay, I formation again for Pikeville. Justice still has the football on a bootleg, and in the flag down, we've got almost ready for a fight to break out here. Now they straighten up. What's the indication here? We'll wait and see. Defensive holding against Phelps. Why is he talking to Phelps? Defensive holding. He's talking to the Pikeville captain now, Richard Justice. And that's a 1st down already, and it's about a 15-yard gain, so it's not going to...
It happened on a running play, and so the penalty is marked from the end of the run, which is the basic spot.
Oh, well, this is coming out
Not from
real
the
well.
spot of the foul, I don't think.
No, they're going back to the spot of the foul.
Well, I don't agree with that call.
They'll have 5 yards for this. They'll gain 5 more yards from it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, no, not exactly. It's got 2 or 3 yards on it. And we'll take it. And that is 1st down number 16 for the Panthers.
They may be right, Larry, but I don't remember it that way.
Okay, that moves it into Phelps territory. Ball on the 48-yard line of Phelps at 5:58, 3rd quarter. Justice on the option to Robbie Rowe, and he loses a yard or 2, maybe even 3 yards.
One of the few times tonight that the Panthers have been stopped for a loss.
That's true. That the end on the other side there made an outstanding play, read the play well, and it may have been a case where Justice might ought to have kept the ball and turned upfield with it.
Okay. Pikeville with the football.
In around.
That's Kelvin Mullins on the end around, I guess. And he gets across the 40-yard line to about the 39. Good run there by Kelvin.
Be very close to a 1st down. Let's see where they spotted at.
Well, you're going like a yard, and with being ahead 27-6, And the way we are pushing down the field and holding them, we're in 4-down territory anyway.
Do you go for the bomb right here?
Third and about 1 yard to go. And Richard Justice going for it. And, almost caught there. Would have been a great catch by Chad Helvey. And he had his hand on it, and a Phelps player right on him, but Chad made a great effort on that one.
I tell you, and I'm surprised because that Chad Helvey's got good hands. I really look for him to be able to bounce that ball up there and to hold on to it.
Okay, 4th and 1. I'm sure Pikeville will go for it here. Ball just across the 40-yard line. I formation for the Panthers. Justice on a quarterback keeper, and he's got it easily. Another first down for Pikeville.
I like the way these coaches has mixed their plays up tonight. They've done an excellent job.
They sure have.
4:40 to go in the third quarter. Pikeville 27, Phelps 6, and fellas, next week, woo, it's gonna be nice.
Well, I heard someone from Phelps saying, well, wait till basketball season. We'll get you then.
Well, this is not basketball season. That's Robbie Rowe, and he's got some yardage. And Justice has about had the lick. He's worn out. Pikeville played very hard tonight. Played very well other than that first series of play when Phelps had it, and maybe that woke the Pikeville Panthers up and gave them enough reason to be fired up. Found themselves behind 6-0 very early, and that was the end of the football game. As Phelps was never able to do anything else again. Andy Williamson in for Pikeville. Justice under center. That's Pasadomo.
Man, that Pasadomo hit that line hard, Chuck.
Yeah, he sure does. He got it across the 30, down near the 28-yard line, maybe about a half yard shy of the first down. Third and about a yard.
Lonnie, are you going to call this one again in calling the touchdown play here and just go for it all, or do we wait and just keep pounding it out?
Well, I thought next time they throw it to Kelvin Mullins. And here it is. Pasadomo, and he's got it. Another first down for Pikeville. Hey, gentlemen, they got to have an awful lot of yards. That's 20 first downs for Pikeville. 20-3.
And one of those given by a penalty. Earning two first downs the whole, and that was the first quarter.
I mean, this game is worse than the score ever thought about being. Really is. I formation again for Pikeville. Justice on the pitch to Pasadomo. Good hole and a good run. Pasadomo still on his feet. And he's down there pretty close to another first down. He may have it.
Those two...
They're looking at the yard marker over there.
Two Phelps players very, very slow getting up that time.
The 15-yard line, and they're going to measure this one. Football just across the 15. Should be a good one next week. Pineville or Harlan, and Pineville is the favorite. They stretch it out, and it might be a little bit short here. Nope, first down, Pikeville. That's 21 of them. You know, right there, I just assumed that'd be a little bit short. Then we could go play a couple times.
I was hoping the same thing. Danny Pasadomo now has 147 yards. My goodness. I said at the beginning of the game, it looked like he's going to get 200.
Okay, Pikeville with it, 15-yard line, first and 10. I formation. Justice on the pitch to Jeff Rowe. He's got some running room. He gets it down across the 10 to about the 9.
I tell you, Jeff was threading that needle down through there right well, Chuck.
Sure was.
I thought he was following his blocks real well and was running very well.
Okay, a pickup of about 5, they say. So 2nd and 5 for Pikeville. Ball just barely across the 10-yard line. Andy Williamson coming out. Turn out the light. Party over. And there it is. Right up the center of the field goes Jeff Rowe. Touchdown Pikeville from 10 yards out.
Jeff Rowe takes it in and makes the score 33-6. and Pikeville just keeps pouring it on. This ought to have been the one that just completely wrapped it up. You've got just a minute and 57 seconds to go in the third quarter, and it looks all over. The ball is going to be snapped. It's put down. The kick is there, and it's off to the right. Seemed to be a problem. They put the ball down, and John seemed to have a problem even as he kicked the ball. Okay, Pikeville back ready to kick off, and we have a new kicker in Mark Williams, junior for Pikeville, number 71. He'll be handling the kickoff chores as Charlie Brown checks in there at the last moment.
Okay, we're waiting. There's the whistle. Mark hits it, and it's a little bit short. Hits on about the 30, picked up right there, and straight up the center of the field to about the 38-yard line, and that's where Phelps will start from.
I'll tell you something. Next week we're going to need some good booming kicks, so maybe we can some of these sorry ones and throw them away, because our kicking game has gone completely to pot.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Larry. We've been pretty strong kicking so far this year, and
sure have.
Tonight has been, if we've had a weakness tonight, that has been it. The only other weakness I know of tonight that we just weren't quite mentally ready right there at the first of the game when Phelps scored those 6. Receiver both sides of the field, back to pass, throws, and this one may be picked off. Oh, Kelvin Mullins had that one. I thought he had it all the way. Could not hang on to it.
He went up and tried to one-hand it. We saw him do that last week, and he caught a pass with one hand, and he tried it again and failed.
Okay, 2nd and 10 now for Phelps. And this has been amazing. This really, for a team to be 10-0 and get dominated this bad, amazing. I formation. There's the quick pitch. Fannin trying to get outside, and he does. That's a pretty good run there by Fannin. He got at least 7 or 8 yards, maybe even close enough for a first down. Wait and see where they spot it.
He was real short of the first down. Picked up about 6 or 7, Chuck. Maybe
he went out of bounds over there, I guess.
Maybe about 6 yards.
Okay, 6 yards is right, Lonnie. 3rd and 4 yards to go for Phelps. That's been about as close as they've been to getting a first down in quite some time on their own. Well, since the very first part of the ball game. High formation, there's the play. There's the handoff, and they've got a first down this time. And right on the 50-yard line. So Phelps picks up their 4th first down of the evening.
That's the first down that they have picked up on their own since the first quarter, since the first drive.
Since the first 2 minutes of football game.
That's right. Completely been dominated by Pikeville.
1:05 to go, 3rd quarter. 33 Pikeville, 6 for Phelps. Back to pass, and he's nailed.
Andy Williamson all over him. Number 32, the horse.
So another loss on the play for Phelps. They've had a lot of losses tonight. I'm not sure they're even at plus yardage. It'd be awful close.
That's what I wondered about for halftime. They lost so much yardage there trying to go back to pass there in the last of the first half.
Okay, I formation for Phelps. Fannin trying to get outside there again. Still on his feet, but he might get back pretty close to the original line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you there, number 20, a freshman for Pikeville. Flat laid it on him. Chris McNamee, flat put it on him. Fannon's a senior, isn't he?
Right.
Isn't he the one?
Fannin?
Fannin?
Fannin is a freshman.
Fannin is a freshman?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, he got hit by another good freshman, and I'll say that he's a good runner.
I tell you, he's a good freshman. 8th grade basketball last year, I was real impressed with him. He's quite an athlete. Of course, he was a holdback. He was came out of the 8th grade at about 15 finally when he got out of 8th grade. So he's really more like a sophomore, age-wise. Okay, clock running at 18 seconds in the Third quarter. Phelps going for some razzle-dazzle, and he's not going to get anything as a host of Pikeville players all over him, and the razzle-dazzle did not work, and Pikeville will take over maybe on their own 49-yard line. We've got a timeout here for a minute for them to change over here. May not get a play off here. Now they start the clock, and that should be the end of the third quarter. It is. Pikeville 33, Phelps 6.
Just like an old time friend. First National Bank of Pikeville's there to lend a helping hand. Just like an old time friend. We'll be there.
Okay, it'll be Pikeville's football. They'll be on their own 49-yard line, 51 yards away from pay dirt. Okay, Justice still in there at quarterback. Robbie Rowe is wide to the right. We've got a flag. Somebody must have moved there. Maybe against Pikeville. Well, we don't want to get careless, Larry, and get in any bad habits.
No, we might as well keep our sharpness up. Of course, it would suit me fine to see our backs come out of there and our quarterback, because this is the same situation where Phelps lost their fine quarterback last week.
That's exactly right. This game is out of reach for Phelps. It's been out of reach for a long time for them. Justice. Hands off. Big hole. Jeff Rowe still on his feet. Gets down to about the 30 to 28-yard line, and a good run there and a good hole. 22 first downs now for Pikeville.
Jeff Rowe makes an outstanding play as he comes through the line, gets a break into the secondary, and we thought he was going to go with it.
So first and 10, Pikeville in Phelps territory at the 29-yard line. First and 10, Panthers. They have blown this team away. I formation. And off first man through. That's Williamson. Williamson on a hard run there. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards they give him. Second and a long 3. Well, then they move the thing back a little bit. Give him 6 yards on that pickup. Second and 4 for Pikeville. I formation for Pikeville. There's a snap. Justice on the keeper, trying to get outside there, and he's knocked out of bounds. May have gotten a couple of yards, and that's about it. Get barely inside the 20, maybe. See where they spot it. Nope, they say first down. He did get it. How much I know. So Pikeville inside the 20 on the 19, first and 10 Panthers. High formation for Pikeville. Justice takes it. That's Pasadomo. Big hole. Still on his feet. Down inside the 5. Down close. And he's a little bit shy of the goal line. And that's 24 first downs, fellas.
My goodness. How did they ever stop him from not scoring?
I don't know.
Another foot and he would have been over. Give it to Domo again and we'll let him go.
Yeah, let him go in. .165 yards rushing for Danny Pasadomo. And that's Domo in. That comes at 10:35 in the fourth quarter. (39-6), and Pikeville will be getting ready to kick. A new kicker in Mark Williams, same holder,
in Mahan. The ball is snapped and is put down, up, and is good. And the score is 40 to 6 in favor of Pikeville over Phelps.
Get it, go get it, 'cause there ain't no getting around. The fact that a Getty is the best darn pizza in town. When you gotta feed your honey and you're feeling kind of funny, 'cause a Getty just got to be found. Two all beef patties just can't touch a Getty. Best pizza in town. Oh, Mr. Getty got a plate of spaghetti and he's even got a salad, y'all. And the 15-inch will make you flip. It's the great grand Getty of them all. I gotta get a Getty, you gotta get a Getty. All got children, gotta go get it. When you get a hungry feeling and your tummy starts to reeling, yeah, you better get Getty's found. Grab your old Aunt Hattie, get her a Getty. Best pizza in town. So when you gotta get a Getty, better go get a Getty, 'cause there ain't no getting around. You gotta get a Getty. Go get a Getty. Go get a Getty at Mr. Getty's. Best pizza in town.
Williams kicked it, and that's a little bit better kick there, taking on the 20-yard line, right up to the field, and bingo. It's going to be about the 33 is where the ball is going to be spotted. 1st and 10 for Phelps, and they're really going to open it up now, Larry, and throw it.
Well, yes, and also you've got a host of new painters in there. Well, it looks like they put the first string back in there, but that last time there, I noticed on it kickoff, they had 2 8th graders on there for Pikeville.
Okay, Mullins to throw right across the center. He's got his man, and he pays for that catch. Pickup of about 8 or 9.
Flag on the play also.
Okay, on the other side there is a flag, Lonnie. You're right. And maybe against Phelps. They're pointing that direction when they were talking. We'll wait and see.
Phelps really hasn't had too many penalties on the night.
It is against Phelps. They got motion there. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty on Phelps.
It's going to be 1st down and 15 now. This will get them down about the 27-yard line.
Well, Pikeville 1 game away from regional champions. Be 9-3 on the year. Phelps 10-1.
And that one was a massacre.
One.
I think they'll remember that one.
Yeah.
I think you see right now a host of substitutes being put in by Coach Howard.
Well, you may see another score here from Phelps because they might be able to throw a ball out, but I tell you, this young bunch here, they're tough.
I don't think you'll see a score. You might see Pikeville's first team back in now defense.
Okay, slot right for Phelps. Back to throw it. He launches one and overthrown.
There's another flag, and that would look bad for the offense, I would think.
I don't know if they roughed the quarterback or if it was holding on Phelps.
No,
They're pointing to Phelps.
Yeah, it was in the line, so it has to be. It has to be Phelps. They need to back them up 15 more yards.
Well, I'd decline that one anyway, unless it was a 15-yarder.
Yeah,
it's a biggie.
It has to be a
okay.
biggie. Has to be a biggie.
Still might decline it. Okay, you see the host of Pikeville players there. Brian Mahan, number 15 there in the game. Personal foul against Phelps. And Phelps going backwards once again.
And that is from the spot of the foul, not from line of scrimmage.
Well, they're back
It was on
about
the line of
10-yard
scrimmage,
line.
though, where the foul was, though, Lonnie.
Back around the, 14-yard line?
That was almost a 20-yard penalty.
14-yard line, and Phelps has got a long way to go.
First down and 30 yards.
Short time to get there. 1st and 30. and a dangerous place to throw from, and trying to get some running room against the second unit, and looks like they're ready to play well.
I tell you what, they're fooling with the wrong bunch when they're fooling with this JV team. These young fellows, freshmen and sophomores, and a couple eighth graders thrown in there. They're eager to play.
See Robbie Wright out there. Where's that roster we had? We need to pick up some of these.
Here we go.
Ken Salmon's coming in. There's a snap. Back to pass. Throws it out here and maybe picked off. Robbie Wright jumped up, and he's a freshman, jumped up and knocked that one away. Good defense there by Robbie. Checking in there for Pikeville, Mark Stumbo. Coming out is Mahan. Down to 8:39 to go, 40 for Pikeville, 6 for Phelps. And not a whole lot of the Phelps fans left that was here earlier. A bunch of them went to the house. Wide receivers, both sides of the field. Back to pass, throws that little screen out here. He's got some running room. Still on his feet. Got a couple of good blocks, and finally he is nailed by Stumbo. Stumbo came from way across the other side of the field to make the stop. So they did not read the screen pass very well there. And it's a first down, and they had to go 30 yards for it. And that's a good first down for Phelps, their 5th on the evening. Into Pikeville territory on the 49-yard line of Pikeville. Checking in there for Pikeville, Tracy Daniels. Coming out was Jeff Roop, an 8th grader. There's a snap. Back to pass. Launches it up there. He's got his man out there. And he catches it down around the 10-yard line.
I believe some of these freshman men in the secondary, I think, are learning some lessons from these other fellows.
Lauren Del Rochelle trying to talk the coach in. Put us in, coach. Put us in. Don't let them score.
Hiller and I talked before the game. We were walking over. He said, give me your score. And I gave him the score 36-13. And I'm not too far off right now.
We've got a timeout on the field, so let's see if we can get a commercial in.
Okay, Phelps with it down near the 10-yard line, threatening to put points on the board. They have only 6 on the evening, and those came in the very first 2 minutes of the football game. Okay, Bobby Mullen trying to get down inside the 5, down near the goal line, and finally in for the score. I'm not sure who that was, and I don't care. Okay, the extra point, a 2-point conversion, and in. Makes it 40-14 in favor of Pikeville. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, Pikeville will be playing, I assume, Pineville. Looks like the winner. Pineville and Pikeville right here at the Hamley Athletic Center next week, and that ought to be a good one.
That's going to be a dandy game, I'll tell you that much.
Saw films today on Pineville. They got a good football club. Real good team. You know, they beat a real good Middlesboro club. I think they're 9-2 on the year. Phelps kicking off to Pikeville. 40-14. Pikeville High School Panthers district champions Onside kick. Right into the hands of Mike Jordan. And Jordan just stood there and let him come and get him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hit me if you can.
Yeah.
Oh, so Pikeville will have it 1st and 10 on their own 46-yard line. Brian Mahan in there at quarterback for the Panthers. Some other people in there, let's see, 85 there, Robert Thomas, a freshman.
Well, we've got a problem with the clock.
Problem with the clock, and they're going to switch over to something, they say.
Well, we have a lot of new boys in here on Pikeville's offensive team. As I look, of course, Brian Mahan is the new quarterback, and you can go right down the list there and name off of a bunch of fellows that maybe the first time they've been on an offensive series. They're Trey Deskins, number 72, will be at tackle, and Robbie Taylor, number 53, will be the center. Mark Williams, the 71, is a new guard, and 85, Robert Thomas, will be playing an end. They have, of course, in an 8th grader there, Tim Honaker, playing one tackle, and Tracy Daniels will be playing there, I believe, at a guard or a tackle. And I can't see any numbers there.
53, did you get 53?
Yeah, 53 is Robbie Taylor. Looks like Chris McNamee there in the backfield. I'd missed getting who the backfield was. I have all the line there, and with the exception of, yes, I got Tracy Daniels in there at that tackle position on the right side.
Robert Thomas, I see him.
Yes.
You get him? Okay.
The only ones I've missed so far are the backs. I couldn't get to pick up the numbers on those backs, so it looks, you know, like a good opportunity for, again, some young Panthers to get some good playoff experience. Hopefully that one day we'll see this bunch go all the way. Of course, we're not going to give up on this bunch we have right now. This year's team is going all the way.
Exactly right. Well, Larry, you brought us good luck tonight, because before you got here, we were in serious trouble. We were down 6-0 when you walked in the door, and you brought us back.
I tell you, I'll be here
you
then
played a
next
great
Friday.
game.
I'll be here next Friday at 12 o'clock.
You have played a wonderful game.
Coach Howard is finally putting his jacket on. He must have this victory locked up.
That's Red Auerbach. That's his smoking jacket. I formation, Mahan. There's a handoff. I believe that's McNamee.
That's McNamee, yes, number 20.
And he gets into Phelps territory, a pickup of about 7 yards. Chris McNamee, a freshman. He's going to be a good one. He already is a good one. Started tonight on defense.
Danny Mullins is also in that backfield. And also Andy Williamson is their fullback. Look for him to get the ball this time.
Okay, that's Williamson with it. You're right.
Watch him dig.
He gets to about the 45-yard line, pretty close to a first down.
Looks like enough, but the referee screwed the ball back just a little bit. Right on the edge.
So a 3rd down and less than 1 to go for Pikeville.
Another freshman just checked in, number 14. That's Robbie Wright.
Yes. Give it to Williamson again and watch him go right up that middle.
Okay, I formation. That's
taking right off
Williamson
tackle.
again, and he's got the first down. That'll be 25 first downs for Pikeville.
You're going to see a lot of number 32 in the next 2 years, I'll predict that, as he's going to chalk up a lot of yardage for Pikeville High School.
Well, I'll tell you, he's got a hard act to follow in Domo.
There's no question about that. Joe Steele checks in, number 54.
There's the handoff. That's Chris McNamee. And he got a good run there. McNamee, another first down, I believe, for Pikeville.
I'll tell you,
Freshman.
if he had number 34 jersey on, it would have been hard to tell who that was.
That's exactly right, buddy. And you could chalk number 20 down. You're going to see a whole lot of him for 3 years, buddy. He's a fine, outstanding athlete, that Chris McNamee.
Clock running at 5:50. McNamee, and nothing there at all for him.
Well, I'll tell you something, Chuck. You said there's nothing there for him, but actually, for the average person, they would have lost some yardage.
Yeah,
so I
true.
consider he did gain.
That's right.
Trey Eskins checks back in there, along with Mike Jordan.
On the 33-yard line of Phelps. Mahan hands off. Williamson runs over, I don't know how many, and he's out in the clear, down near the goal line. Watch him drag him.
Them all the way down.
He drug them all down through there. My goodness, what a run.
I'll tell you, it's a good thing he got a tight belt. I'll tell you, there's a fella, we would have been mooning all over the place there if he had broke loose there. So, I'll tell you, like a horse, I'm telling you,
right.
he is a horse.
That would have been a full moon.
Oh,
Right,
you
Larry.
better believe it. It lit the whole place up. Oh, man, on the 1 foot line. Give it to the
Here we
horse
go.
again. Watch him go.
The horse
Yes,
again.
there you go.
Oh, my goodness.
He drug him for 10 yards, didn't he? And Pikeville scores again. The score now 46-14. 4 minutes and 54 seconds to go. As Pikeville JV team is actually running over top of this 10-0 team. Now we're ready for the extra point try as Brian Mahan down to take the snap. He receives it, puts it down. Mark Williams kicks it. It's up, and it's good.
Nope, it's off.
Off to the right. It drifts off to the right at the last moment, and the score is 46-14.
Of Ivor, Kentucky wants to wish the Pikeville Panthers the best of luck during the 19th football season. Morris Hilton and all the fine folks at Hilton Homes say you can always depend on two winners, the Pikeville Panthers and Hilton Homes. And Hilton Homes wants to remind you that just like the Panthers football team must prepare for the fall and winter, so should the mobile homeowner. And you can get ready for your season by contacting the service department at Hilton Homes. Their service department has a complete line of mobile home supplies like roof coating, all sizes of insulated doors and windows, water heaters, and a complete line of utility hookups. Their service department also does all types of underfitting and gutter work. You don't have to live in the White House to have a home that is worth talking about, and you don't have to have a president's income to own a home that fulfills your needs. See Hilton Homes, located at Ivor, Kentucky.
Okay, Pikeville 46-14 over Phelps, and Larry Phelps' introduction to the playoffs is not a very pleasant one. There's the kick. It's low and a hard one to handle. Picked up on about the 20-yard line, straight up the center of the field, and a flag. 2 flags.
And that's not going to look good for Phelps at all. It looks like it'll back it back 15 yards for a clipping or a holding penalty.
That was funny watching that Williamson boy run. I tell you, he is a horse, is right.
I tell you, I've never seen too many kids come on this field that love to play as much as that Williamson boy does. And you watch him, he desires to hit. When you got a fellow like that with a little bit of speed and got good ability, it's just hard to say where he's going to go.
Remember they used to say about Kimberlin, and he would take 3 steps out of his way just to hit somebody, run over him,
Yes.
when he was running the ball.
Well, this Williamson boy, though, he runs the ball smart, I think. They're
Okay,
back in the
pass.
shotgun.
Going for the big one. And dropped over there. Pass thrown pretty good there, and really good play all the way around. Good throw, almost a good catch, but also good defense there by the Pikeville defender.
Brian Cox was back there on him and really did not make a bad play. He was with him step for step. And Brian is a junior, thought he did a very good job.
.438 to go, and this has been a long one. A long second half anyway. Bobby Mullins gone all the way at quarterback for Phelps. He throws that little screen over here again, this on the other side this time. And he's going to be short of the first down. Bring up a third down for the Hornets.
Chuck, this is a first string team now playing against our JVs, and we actually are just shuffling them in. They're all over the place.
Well,
every player on our team has played tonight.
Right, we've had some couple eighth graders play in there some tonight. A bunch of freshmen.
Noah Kahn, number 35, just came into the game and bringing Lynn Kritz out. There's a reverse.
Got some running room. One man trying to catch him, and he does. Who was it? Another first down for Phelps on a good run. Just shy of the 50-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Ben Wallace, he showed some speed there in running him down from behind. I didn't think he'd get away from Robbie Wright, but Ben came right up and made a good play as he recovered.
Benji, another freshman. Phelps still was the first unit in there. They're wanting to get some more points on the board. They are embarrassed. Here's the play, back to pass. And he throws it out there. He's got his man, and he cannot get it. Had his man open out there, but he cannot haul it in. The clock stops at 3:27.
Danny Mullins that time, Chuck, out there, another junior. Danny is kind of a small-like fella, but he's got a lot of guts about him. He stayed right in there with him and made a good defensive play. Matt Kimberlin, number 8, is he's a sophomore. He comes in. That Kimberlin name is
Very
one that
familiar.
we can very familiar. Very familiar.
Okay, regular backfield. Nailed. Who is that? Who got him
the big
there?
8th grader. The big 8th grader got him. Tim Honecker came all the way through.
Well, the 8th grader, Tim Honecker, comes in and makes the stop on the quarterback.
What a play.
That tops off the evening, doesn't it?
Well, the only thing I'd like to see is we get back on offense and put him in at fullback.
Yeah.
Like Coach Van Hoos did there against Varney, and watch him roll like a big Brahma bull. Man, he's wild.
Okay, here we go. Mullins takes it, back to pass. He throws. Man out there underthrown, though, and almost interference on the offense there. Robbie Wright almost.
Well, that was offensive pass
It
interference.
had to be,
There's no
didn't it?
question. He had him right around the head. Robbie Wright was in perfect position, and that fella reached right around there and grabbed him right by the head.
Yeah, he was going to
The
pick it
team-
off.
The team behind 46-14, you know, what do you do?
I guess
You do
call it.
exactly like that official did, and
Let
you
them
turn
play
your head.
football.
That's right. I hope they'll hurry and get it over with. 4th down now.
Fourth
about
down, they won't punt it.
13 yards to go.
So big play here for Phelps. They got to have this one. Throws, got his man there. Here he comes, and he will not get the first down. Yeah, he does. A little second effort there. Thought they had him stopped. But he may have gotten it.
No, I don't think he did. I don't think he did. Not from here, he didn't. Pikeville will take over. He lacked
Pikeville
it
will
by about
take
6
over.
inches.
Well, did not get it. So
Pikeville takes over.
Pikeville will take over on down. 2:38 to go in the football game. Next week, Pikeville and Pineville for the regional championship.
Pikeville, the district winner. They won the
9-3.
district last year, and we traveled over to Cumberland. And it took us 2 days to get back across that mountain.
Little mix-up here, and Pikeville moving. Got so many new people in there trying to get situated, and Pikeville never able to get set. And it's going to be a 5-yard penalty on the Panthers. That'll move the ball back around the 37-yard line, Pikeville's own 37.
Chuck, were you going to try to do anything down on the field, or are you going to stay where it's warm?
I vote for warm.
Chuck votes for the warm.
What do you vote for?
Warm.
Okay.
I'm not going to do it.
Okay, Mahan back to throw. He fumbles the football, and Phelps may try to pick it up and run it. And I believe Phelps came up with it. They did. So a fumble, and Phelps is going to have another opportunity to score, and they're right down there close. I hate to give them any more points. I'm stingy.
Well, you're looking possibly at 46 to 22.
I don't like that. Sounds like I don't like it. I'm stingy. Back to pass is Mullins. He throws. Man, wide open there. Touchdown. Absolutely wide open. So, bull hockey. I see it. Just don't. It looks like they've got a good offense. I don't like it.
Yeah. 46 to 20.
Well, now, if you think you're man enough, just go down there and duke it out with
I'll
Coach
go down there and
Howard.
whoop Hillard. He come down my house the other night, soak my car up real good. I think I'll go down there and beat up on him.
Well, I don't know who, but somebody came down my house and egged my car up good.
Going for the extra 2. Cut.
There's the throw, and he's got it. So 46 to 22, that'll be our final
He's
score,
found a place to throw to. It's now 46 to 22 as we go into the final minute and a half of the fourth quarter.
Okay, Phelps will be kicking to Pikeville when we resume action. 46 to 22.
I'm sure that everyone in the house expects an onside kick, and that looks like what we're all ready for, but I sure do not like to see those first stringers in there when we're ahead 46 to 22.
Well, they're putting some up here on the line. They're putting up here close on the short kick. A little bit of experience to recover that.
Michael Jordan catches it again. This time he goes the other way.
He knew what to do with it that time.
Yes, he says if you just keep practicing, you'll do better. Well, gang, let's hang on to the ball so we can go home at 46 to 22.
Fumbled again.
Harmel recovers.
This looks like a repeat of the Jenkins game.
Yes, it sure does.
The Prestonsburg game.
Well, less than a minute to go, so they're going to try their best just to run the clock out and take their time and run a play or two. It'll be a running play, and just enough to kind of get us out of this thing.
45 seconds, that's all that remains. And we've got a whistle and a timeout.
Phelps is trying to get the players in and out. Well, just in order to get some players in and out, I believe Phelps is trying on their side of the score. So Pikeville JV's team still here on offense.
Hello, Chuck.
10-4 over and out.
40 seconds to go, and we'll go to the barn.
I tell you. What was that? They're clapping for something. Maybe they're just trying to wake me up.
I think Lane Tackett got woke up and just said something. Or maybe Chuck Dameron may have fallen off the top up here. Someone may have clapped about that. Surely they, or not Chuck, but Stafford Dameron. Chuck's right here, and he's working.
I've already fallen off. I fell off a long time ago. Oh, boy.
Here we go.
I formation for Pikeville. Wide receivers both sides of the field. There's a handoff to the horse, and he won't get anything.
Hopefully this will be over with, though.
Well, we'll have another play for sure. There, he just blew the whistle at 27. They might let it run all the way down, and they're going to, this should be the last play, and are you kidding me? Phelps has called another timeout.
Well, that makes that
I'm telling
trip
you,
just a little bit longer.
18.
They want that football back to score again. They think they've running over these Panthers now.
Well,
they scored a couple of times against these 8th graders. They're tough. more yardage, trying to break all these records like they were working on last week. Phelps will finish their season 10-1, and Pikeville will be 9-3, and their season definitely will not be over. That should be the last play of the game. Yeah, Phelps is going to call another timeout. I can't believe this. This is unbelievable, Lonnie. We were nice enough to play those guys and let them score a couple of times, and they're still calling these timeouts. That's a little bit too much for me to handle.
How many more do they have?
That's it.
They won't have any more, that's for sure. Matter of fact, Pikeville, it's 4th down. They don't even need to punt it. All they have to do is run a play. That is about ridiculous. That is pitiful. Mahan with it, still on his feet, and he gets tackled with 1 second, 0. It's all over. Pikeville 46, Phelps 22. Next week, the Panthers will play Pineville right here at the Hambley Athletic Center. See now both teams out there going out to...
Well, we could hand Hugh B the microphone and let him do some interviews. Huh?
Yeah, well... Pikeville, the big victor.
Pikeville and Phelps out there shaking hands, greeting each other, complimenting each other for a good game played. But actually, it was all Pikeville. Pikeville dominated the entire game. Only real scoring going on. A fluke in the beginning, and then scoring against our JV team there in the 4th quarter. I appreciate the fact that Coach Howard has pulled the Hounds off, and I think that shows a bit of class, I think, for a coach to do that and allow the other team to play a little bit, score a little, although we'd like to have a shutout. Really, if they'd stayed in there tough on them, they would have been a shutout. With the exception of that 1st quarter. We haven't figured that one out yet.
Yeah, they started out like a ball of fire, Larry. They really did. You didn't get to see all that one, but they looked like a super football club for 5 plays, didn't they, Lonnie?
They sure did. They marched the ball down the field, just bang, 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 and scored.
They started out on their own 37-yard line, which is real good field position, but 5 plays later, bingo, they were in the end zone, and it was a shocker. Pikeville was down 6-0, but that was about all there was to it. After that, it was Pikeville, 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 Pikeville. 4 straight scores before the halftime, and Pikeville Panthers took a big lead in there in half at 27-6. Came right back out in the 3rd quarter, made it 33-6, and took the Hounds off, as Larry said, and still scored again. But Phelps scored a couple more times there, making their final score 22. Phelps had a good year, 10-1. Pikeville 9-3. They'll continue to play. Phelps will be a sub-district champion, I guess is what you call them, and Pikeville will be a sub-district champion and now district champion, and we'll work next week on being the Region 4 champion if they can beat Pineville. Lonnie, you know, if after next week, if we were fortunate enough to beat Pineville, is the next game at Pikeville after that the first state playoff game?
All the games, as long as Pikeville wins, will be played here until Friday after Turkey Day.
Well, after next week, there'll only be 4 teams left in Class A.
That's right. The state semifinals will be played right here.
If we win next week. Well,
they sure will
great.
be.
We sure don't want to count our chickens before they hatch, but I tell you one thing right now, I'm certainly glad to be home. Maybe there's not much of a home advantage during these playoff times, but I can't help but think that there's a little bit. I can think of some places we've been to that were terrible.
Yeah, last year wasn't too thrilling.
Well, I didn't get to go to that game, but I never will forget a game at Bellevue.
When the people are telling you to get out of the way and had some other kind words to say to us, it wasn't too thrilling.
We were treated well at Jenkins compared to what we were over there.
Oh, is that right? I didn't get a chance to go.
You know, they just said, no, we don't have any room for you, and that's it, you know.
Yeah, they did not want us to film, period.
And we did not. We hooked into their recorder and just dubbed off of them.
Yeah, we sure did.
And that's it.
It was a mess. They were not very congenial at all.
That was Cumberland, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But now Pineville has Cumberland's coach.
Right. He
So-
took 3 players with him. That'll be the same quarterback that quarterback Cumberland last year. He's got a couple of linemen. He took the 3 best players he had and took them to Pikeville with him.
Well, I hope this Pikeville team will recognize that and go right after this, give them a little incentive to go after this Cumberland team or this Pikeville team next week, and so we can come out victorious then.
Well, I'm sure it'll be a good one, Larry. It was great having you here, and I hope you'll be back with us next week. And the final score here tonight as we wrap it up, this is Chuck Dameron, Lonnie Osborne, Larry Keene, and Stafford Dameron at 46-22 in favor of Pikeville, district champions. Good evening, everyone.